Hi everyone. My name is Kiran. So in Azure Cloud real-time issues in this series, one more video. This is a one. And in the last issue, what we discussed Azure firewall related as well as Windows license related. Let's discuss about that answers. After that, jump into the today issue, guys. Okay. So first of all, here in the last issue, what I mentioned in suppose we got the whitelisted multiple IP address for single rule. So in that scenario, how to flexible way in future, what are the IP address we attach it, these all those things, easy way how to manage it in Azure firewall rule. So for that, Microsoft given IP group they given. In the IP group, we can add the multiple IP address. We can add the multiple IP address, guys. So that when creating the firewall rule, it's a simply attach instead of IP address, we need to choose the IP group and select what we create a IP group. We can simply select it. So that way we can create a rule. And another one, what I mentioned right now, Azure Firewall, it's supporting or not IP version 6. I mentioned it's doesn't support right now. Right now, Azure Firewall not supporting, guys, IP version 6. What is the solution for that? In this scenario, you need to get the FQDN, fully qualified domain name, instead of IP version 6 IP address, and you can take the fully qualified domain name and accordingly create a rule or network rule or application rule, depends on requirement. We can create it and accordingly whitelisted those things also. Okay, this is a one issue totally. It's regarding in the last session, guys, in the real time issues 3. On that, this is one of the thing issue we discuss, and you got the answer for that. And one more issue also I mentioned. So when migrating from on-premises to Azure platform, one of my Windows server, and once I move to Azure platform, I'm not getting license issue we are getting. So what is the solution for that? How to resolve the issue? There are different things are there, guys. But in my scenario, what happened as well as other things, what I know, the things generally what happen, commonly what happen, that way I will explain here. So generally on-premises, if you are using the KMS server means key management services, especially Windows servers. If you organization like each and every time going to purchase the license volumes and everything, instead of that one KMS server, it's a configure, and each and every server within your network or within your organization, all devices communicate with the KMS server and get the license. So we are moving that server to on-premises to Azure platform. In this scenario, that server not communicating with the your KMS server means one issue, you will get the license. Okay, that is a license issue. In this, what is a port number? We are going to use it 1688. 1688 port number we are using for that. So that particular KMS server IP address or fully qualified domain name, using that you can try to check it telnet. So telnet, so and so KMS server IP address and port number 1688, it's communicating or not. We have to validate it. So that is a one thing. Okay, in case of that is not communicating means we should allow the port number and should be communicated. That is a one thing. And second thing, in case of I'm not using the KMS server, pay as you go wise, I'm using the Microsoft Azure KMS. Azure KMS global wise, Microsoft is providing their own KMS, and it's communicating our servers to that KMS and get the license. And accordingly, monthly we are going to pay money for that. Pay money for that, guys. So for that is generally most of the companies use the hub and spoke network topology in the firewall. In the hub network, definitely will maintain the firewall. In the firewall, we should allow that KMS server FQDN name or public IP address, so that that servers is going to communicate when it's a firewall it's a whitelisted. Due to that, it will communicate that KMS license and get the license here. So you can see Microsoft documentation also, troubleshoot Azure Windows virtual machine activation problem, and it should be communicate. You can see Azure public cloud regions should communicate with the KMS code.windows.net 1688 or AG kms.code.windows.net 1688. Any one of the FQDN name needs to be communicated, and port number also should be allowed, so that that mission will get the license and can able to communicate, and we won't get the license issue. So this is a generally happen. One more thing I will tell you guys. Some organization on premises, they will create a Windows registry key. Okay, register key is a generally use it. It's a that register key is a point out to specific KMS server, their own KMS server. It's a point out. But after moving the Azure platform, I don't want use it that KMS server. It's a different KMS server or Azure KMS server means that must and should change the in the registry key. In Windows Server, that register key must and should change it. So that is a very important point. I got that issue. I got that issue. So when we are checking that KMS server is communicating, like it's a Azure Public Cloud KMS, kms.code.windows.net or agkms.code.windows.net, and port number is communicating everything. But still, I'm not getting license. It's a very surprise. So after that, validate the things. How I found out the things means go to the event logs and it will show you. And so public IP address, so and so KMS server, it's not communicating, and like that you will get the critical or error message, something error message you will get it. So accordingly I validate the register keys. I found that particular register key. After that, point out instead of that register key modify, adjusting it's a remove it and assign this kms.windows kms.code.windows.net I point out. So due to that, that mission it's a communicating through this Azure public cloud related KMS server and get the license. That is a way I resolve the issue, guys. That is a way I resolve the issue. Totally, this is a one, guys. In the last session, what I raised the issues and that related answers. Even I got the answer from Vinod. It's a Azure firewall related. He's not discuss about or not comment about the Windows server license issue, but he comment about Azure firewall related, and we can see. Vinod, what you mentioned, that's correct. So I like it. Your comment. Thank you. And one more comment is a Banu Pavan, and it's this issue came across to me in the real time. Really awesome video and making real time videos. Thank you, sir. So thank you and for encouraging me. Your comments is a very encouraging me, and I will try to as much as I will share my knowledge over the YouTube, and mostly it's helpful to all you guys in case of in future if you got such issues easily you can able to troubleshoot it. So I hope it's everyone like this video, and if you like this video you can please subscribe and like it and give the comments. If you are looking some different videos in Azure Cloud, any specific subject or specific thing, please comment below and I will try to look into that. I will try to I will try to give my best to you guys. Okay, so coming to today issues, guys. Today issue, what is the today issue? I'm going to explain here. So for that, simply I can't explain it here, so some image wise I'm going to show you. So you can read, this is a hub network. Okay, and this is a peering between the, this is a spoke network, generally hub and spoke network topology wise, spoke network, and vnet peering is available. And coming to Azure firewall, generally hub network, as well as VPN gateway, and generally Bastion service also will use it. Okay, so I can type it here for understanding. Bastion, sorry, it's a spelling mistake, no problem. So here, this is a VPN, sorry, my mistake, VPN, and this is a Azure firewall we are using. And coming to here, this is a one subnet under this network. It's a multiple subnets is a created. This is a, like in my scenario, I'm using the UDR, energy, UDR energy, UDR energy, same like UDR energy. Here also another spoke network, everything is the same like UDR energy, UDR energy. So here also UDR energy. Here also VPN gateway is a separate subnet will get it. That is also UDR assigned. UDR, user defined route, is a assigned. So why it's a, because of UDR route table, how to define the traffic, how should flow, that is a one will use it the UDR. So in my scenario, what happened? It's a one of the this VM, this VNet. I have multiple VMs already communicating via firewall through like VPN through on-premises data center. On-premises data center. From on-premises also, it's a via VPN firewall and coming to this VM and getting the traffic. I can able to access from the on-prem to this VM. I can able to access it. Okay, so already existing environment. Now coming to, I got the requirement deploy the VM. We deploy the one VM, guys. Here already UDR is available, energy is available, VNet peering, everything is available. So I simply deploy the VM. But this VM I can't able to access. This VM I can't able to access from my on-premises network. From my on-premises network I can't able to access. So might be VM issue. Okay, that's the reason already VM is available. I try to log in from this VM to this VM. I can able to access this VM. I can able to access this VM. There is no VM issue. Okay, good. So what might be the issue? What might be the issue? So okay, in our scenario, in my scenario especially, so I validate the both the configuration here, both the configuration here, energy rules. So in my VNet, I'm not create any energy rules. By default rules only I'm using, but still I can able to access this VM. But here energy even by default is available, but still not able to access. Okay, let's try to create a energy rule. So I create a one energy rule 3389 port number, allow it. Accordingly, I create a rule. After that, from my on-premises network to this VM, I can able to access. I can able to access after creating the energy rule. I can able to access this VM. But whenever I remove that energy rule, I can't able to access it. I can't able to access it. So what might be the issue? I'm using same configuration. So here energy, here also energy, same VM, and VNet, subnet, UDR, and everything is the same. But why I'm getting the issue? So that's way I confuse lot, and a lot of time I taken, and finally I troubleshoot it. I got the answer, and you can try to yourself also. And what might be the issue? So if you know, you can give your comments, guys. And in the next video, I'm going to provide this solution. What issue and how to rectify and how I identify the things we'll discuss. Okay, this is the issue, guys, this series in this video. So that's it from my end. Thank you, everyone.